Dratini Community Day is tomorrow. Is it going to be a good idea to purchase the $1 research quest line? We are going to find out that in today's video. So you know what time it is. Welcome to the Trader Club. Here we go. Welcome back. Are you guys excited about Dratini Community Day? Are you guys maximizing out? Because I already have the tip video out there. Please make sure to watch that. I don't want you guys to miss out because just remember, Kanto Pokemon are the oldest Pokemon in the game. Consider them like the grandpa, the grandma, the grandfather, the old Pokemon of the game. So as we go towards the newer Pokemon, obviously they're going to be a little bit more desirable for the game to spawn them because they are newer. They're the hotter item and ticket in the game. So that's going to be something that's going on. So please make sure to capitalize on this Comm Day. And if you are seeing this video after Comm Day, please make sure to check the timestamps to jump right into the best of the best because the research quest line will not be valuable for you guys anymore. So just check the timestamps and jump right there. So today we are going to check out the research quest line. We're going to go over everything that you guys need to know. Is the $1 quest line worth it? And then additionally, is there anything else going on during the day that we are going to check out? So we will get after that here right now. Let's jump right in. We have stage 1, power up a Pokemon 10 times for 15 Pokeballs. We have catch 15 Dratini for a Dratini encounter. Remember, that's going to be 430. We have make 5 nice throws for 20 Dratini candy for 2,000 stardust, a Dratini encounter again, and a incense. And then in stage number 2, we have catch 15 Dratini for 30 Dratini candy, transfer 10 Pokemon for a Dragonaire encounter. And the Dragonaire 100% IV is going to be 763 from field research. Evolve 3 Dratini for 10 Pineapple Berries for 1500 XP, a Dratini encounter, and a lore module. In stage number 3, we have make 3 great curveball throws for 50 Dratini candy, evolve 1 Dragonaire for a lucky egg, transfer 10 Pokemon for 15 great balls, and then 2500 XP, a rocket radar, and 15 ultra balls. And then in stage number 4, we have claim rewards for 2 silver pineapples, Dratini encounter, 3500 XP, for a grand total rewards of 3,000 stardust, a Dragonite encounter, and 3 rare candy. And the Dragonite 100% IV will be 1625. And let's not forget about the field research going down during this day that I talked about in my top tips because you guys want to be out and about, you want to have accessible stops. Remember, 430 is the 100% IV coming from the field research for Dratini, or there are other options in here that you could get 5 great balls, you could get 2 ultra balls, you could get 2 pineapple berries, and you can get 500 stardust as an option instead of that encounter. Obviously, we're shooting for the encounter because then you can get good IVs and you can get good IV shinies. So that's why being in a downtown area that you have a good grind location, but then you have accessible stops beyond that is so very important in this Comm Day. So that is very important. So that is going to be the research quest line. Lots of fun. I always do the $1. That's just something that I've always done in Pokemon Go. But now let's get into the best of the best to see where does Dragonite sit with Draco Meteor. Is it going to be its optimal moveset, or are there going to be other things? And then where is it going to sit for Go Battle League and for PvP? So we're going to start off with Dragonite as a meta attacker, going after raid bosses, using it against the rocket stops and rocket leaders. Is it going to be a good Pokemon for that? So we're going to check it out in the damage per second and total damage output. Damage per second is 1 punch. Total damage output is over the lifespan of this Dragonite while it's fighting. How tanky is it delivering damage at the same time? You have to combine those two to optimize what's going to be the best. So let's check out those values to see where is Dragonite's best moveset, and then we'll check it out in a Dragon category. Okay, so at the top, the number 1 for Dragonite is going to be Shadow Dragonite. So there's a lot of different variations of Dragonite here because it's got a lot of moveset. But look at that, Dragon Tail and Outrage in Shadow form at 5,218. And just remember, guys, anything over about 3,500 is a pretty strong attacker. We're talking about a Shadow Pokemon, which is going to take a premium of XL Candy at 360 and more Stardust to maximize. But man, this Shadow Dragonite is quite strong. But where will it sit in the Dragon category? We will check that out in a second. But let's check out more Dragonite with Draco Meteor and then non-Shadow too. And then we have the Dragon Tail Draco Meteor in the Shadow form at 4,782, which is 500-ish points below. Then we have it also keep going down because it also gets Dragon Claw, Dragon Tail, Dragon Claw at 4,311. Then we see it with Steel Wing and Outrage. And then if you want to see it with Hurricane, Dragon Tail Hurricane at 3,676 in the Shadow form. And then if we go to the non-Shadow form, Dragon Tail Outrage is at 2,917. And then we have the Dragonite with Draco Meteor at 2,770, and down the list there. So if we think about this, the Comm Day move is going to be Draco Meteor. Is it the best? Honestly, not really. So for Draco Meteor, Outrage performs better. It's a 2-bar charge move. It gets off faster in GBL, so why would you use a 1-bar charge move that isn't even as strong as a 2-bar charge move? Like, yeah, it does as much damage, but if your Pokemon dies out in the middle of fighting for that Pokemon, you don't get to realize half of that energy. You just lose the half of the energy when you're going after a 1-bar charge. So for this one, honestly, what I've done is I have some Pokemon, even a Shundo from the past. If you guys do want to see me max out a Shundo, you can check it out up here. I've TM'd away Draco Meteor because it's like, dude, why am I going to use Draco Meteor on this Pokemon when Outrage is more superior? And the other cool thing about Dragonite is it has access to so many moves here because Dragon Tail is going to be the meta raid attacker quick move. Dragon Breath is going to be the meta GBL attacker move, right? So it has both of those moves, and then it also gets Superpower as well, which is quite a cool move, and it gets Hurricane as well, which is going to benefit it not for a meta attacker, but for a GBL Pokemon as well. So now let's check it out in the Dragon category. What is going to be the strongest dragons? Where does Dragonite and Shadow Dragonite sit in that category? And then we'll check out GBL. Alrighty, we have Mega Garchomp at the top, which I still think Rayquaza will outtake it, but for whatever reason right now, Mega Garchomp is the top dragon attacker in the game at 10,163, followed by Mega Rayquaza, 9,739. Eternamax is going to be 8,017. Mega Salamence is going to be 7,191. Then we have Black Kyurem. Cannot wait for that Pokemon in the game. One of my top anticipated favorite Pokemon coming to Pokemon Go. 6,026. Shadow Salamence, 5,898, which is quite strong. Mega Latios, 5,792. Shadow Dragonite, 5218. So if we are looking at some of the available Pokemon right now, obviously the Shadow Salamence is out there. The one downside about Shadow Salamence is that once you do have the Shadow, and then you get the Rocket event to get it off of Frustration, in order to get Outrage on that Pokemon, that is the Calm Day move for that Pokemon. So yes, it is stronger, but it does take a little bit of a premium because you're gonna have to Elite TM that Pokemon or wait with your Shadow Bagons or even Shadow Shelgong until there is a Calm Day Classic for Bagon, because I do believe that will come back. So, you know, that's kind of where we sit for that. Would I suggest waiting? Yeah, I would suggest waiting for those, but if you need a meta dragon attacker right now and you want to go after some premium and you're going to have a lot of XL candy after this day, especially if you listen to all my tips, check them out up here, you will be able to go after that. So, I mean, you guys have options here, but now let's keep going down the list and see where the regular Dragonite does sit. Mega Latias, 4918. Shadow Latios. Then we go on the second page, we have Rayquaza, Dragon Tail Outrage at 3564, which is the first non-Shadow, non-Mega strongest Pokemon in the game. Then we have Reshiram, 3560, Palkia, 3350, Salamence, 3269, Garchomp, 3201, Zekrom, 3176, Eternatus, 3171, not in the game, Dialga, 3134, and then in the 21st spot, we do have Dragonite, Dragon Tail Outrage at 2917. Okay, so if we think about all these Pokemon, the reason why I'm telling you that Garchomp in the Mega doesn't make sense is because the regular Rayquaza is already above the Garchomp a little bit significantly, so why would the Mega not be equally as strong? Doesn't make sense to me, unless some type of power-up with the stats kind of alter the stats, but that also doesn't make sense. But the strongest Pokemon Dragon type in the game right now is Shadow Salamence. The second strongest is going to be Mega Latios. The third strongest is Shadow Dragonite. So that, putting into perspective, is really cool. And when you go into regular meta attackers, Dragonite, although it's behind a lot of these legendaries, remember legendaries do hold intrinsic value of premium cost for XL candy because you have to pay to raid for these Pokemon and they cost money. So having something like Dragonite, Salamence are budget, great budget counters actually. So, you know, they do have very, very high value. And for me personally, I've already maxed a Dragonite. I'm happy to max more Dragonites, and I definitely want to max a Shadow at some point. I already have a almost all the way to the top max Salamence. I just wanted to wait until I got a little bit more XL candy because I don't want to not have 296 XL candy if Mega Salamence does come out at some point, and then I can't max that Pokemon because obviously it's a real beast. So now let's check out GBL. Where does this Pokemon sit? In the Great League, it's going to be ranked 31 for the Shadow, 56 for the non-Shadow with the moveset of Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw, remember I told you it has PvP access moves and superpower. 100% IV is going to be a 315-14 here. In the Ultra League, the 22 is going to be the Shadow, that's the rank, and then the 46 is going to be the non-Shadow. So the Shadow is definitely going up there, but notice, no moves have I ever recommended that Draco Meteor is going to be the top. And the 100% IV on that one is going to be a 013-15. And then in the Master League, the same exact moveset, rank 2 for the non-Shadow and 3 for the Shadow. Wow. This Pokemon is an absolute Swiss Army knife in multiple categories, so I find Dragonite very valuable. Not only that, you know, if we're looking at Salamence and Dragonite, Salamence is a very good meta attacker, not so good in GBL. But Dragonite, not quite as good, but very close to Salamence as far as a meta attacker, but it also holds a lot of weight in PvP, and if you did power one of these Pokemon all the way up, you can TM away the moves and not be worried about getting back these moves because they are all accessible and they are not legacy locked like Draco Meteor is, and Draco Meteor is never recommended in any of the categories, so Outrage is the premier move in Pokemon Go. So thank you guys for being here. Let me know what you guys plan to do. I have one shiny 100% IV Dragonite saved with Draco Meteor. The rest will definitely have Outrage just to have that legacy on that cool Pokemon. That's pretty much it. It's just a keepsake for me and nothing more. So thank you guys for being here as always. To all my likers, comments, subscribers, Patreon members. Everybody takes their support, subscription, image space, 2x level. See you guys out on the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.